This is the 10 craziest traditions from around the world. Number 10. Up first in 10th place, we have the Hindu tradition of Thaipusam piercings, which takes place across India and other Hindu communities across the world. During the celebration of the religious holiday Thaipusam, Hindus show their devotion to Lord Murugan by piercing various parts of their bodies. Lord Murugan, who is one of the earliest Hindu gods dating back to around the 3rd century BC, is said to have killed the vengeful spirit Surapadman with a spear, and therefore, logically, people stab themselves to celebrate it. As the years have passed, the piercings have become more and more gruesome, often including putting large spears and hooks through their chest or face. Number 9. Here in 9th is Chinese hat hair. This strange tradition sees women wear headdresses made from the hair of their dead ancestors. Instead of throwing away their hair when it's cut, women who are part of the Chinese minority community, the Longhorn Miao, instead save it and add it to their collection for use when they die. Once they have passed, the hair is made into spectacular headdresses and worn on special occasions by young women in the family. The evidence of these hats have been found as far back as 6,000 years. Number 8. The Phuket Vegetarian Festival, which is much more interesting than any PETA rally, is a colorful event held over 9 days in October. The event celebrates the belief that abstinence from meat during the 9th month of the Chinese calendar will help them to obtain health. The origin of the festival is said to have come from when the Chinese opera group fell ill with malaria when performing on the Phuket island in Thailand. They choose to stick to a strictly vegetarian diet and pray to the emperor gods to ensure that their mind and body were purified. To the surprise of everybody, the group made a full recovery and survived what was, during the 1800s when this took place, an incredible fatal illness. So far fairly normal. Well, if it ended there, it wouldn't be on our list. So, as well as the vegetarianism, the Phuket people like to commit various acts of self-mutilation in order to invoke the gods to protect them from such harm. This includes stabbing various objects to their body and face and walking across burning coals. As in the nature of this celebration, there have been many injuries caused by this and even a few deaths. Number 7. The Endocannibalists Yanomami tribe. Endocannibalism is the consumption of a person after they have died, as opposed to just regular old cannibalism. The Yanomami tribe lives in the Amazon rainforest near the border of Venezuela and Brazil, and the practice involves wrapping the corpse in leaves and allowing insects to pick at it. Around a month later, the bones are collected, smashed into dust, and mixed into banana soup, which is eaten by the rest of the tribe. After a year, they will then mix the ashes into another banana soup and eat it. According to tradition, the ritual helps ensure that the souls of the dead find their way into the afterlife. The Yanomami tribe are semi-uncontacted, and this tradition has been going on for thousands of years since they first migrated to the Amazon. Number 6. Coming in at 6th place is Ashura. Ashura is an event recognized by many Muslims around the world for various reasons. For some Shiite Muslims, the day is observed by commemoration of the death of Imam Hussein, a grandson of the Prophet Muhammad. Hussein allegedly died by being repeatedly struck on the head with daggers, an event that took place around the year 680 AD. Today, some men choose to join in the procession and hit themselves on the head with daggers to pay tribute to the fallen prophet. It is also to mourn the fact that they were not alive to save Hussein. Number 5. Here in 5th is self-mummification, which, as the name suggests, is the act of preserving your own body after death to ensure it does not rot away. This strange tradition took place in northern Japan, though it's not done today. For 3 years, priests would eat a special diet of only nuts and seeds in order to lose as much weight as possible, whilst taking part in a religious regime of physical activity. They then, for another 3 years, ate only bark and roots and began drinking poisonous tea made from the sap of the urushi tree. This caused vomiting and, most importantly, removed bacteria from their system, which could result in them rotting after death. Finally, they would lock themselves in a stone tomb barely large enough to contain their body. His only connection with the outside world was an air tube and a bell. Each day he would ring the bell to let those outside know he was still alive. Once the bell stopped ringing, the air tube was removed and the tomb was sealed and able to leave the body to rest. Mummified bodies have been found dating from around the 12th century to as late as the early 20th century AD. Number 4. At 4th, we got the baby dropping ritual. Residents of the western Indian town of Solapur drop their babies off a 15-meter tower and have them caught at the bottom in a white sheet. This ritual, which is taking place for more than 500 years, is believed to make the babies grow up to be healthy and strong. kind of like an enforced natural selection. There has allegedly not been a single injury from the practice over its 500 years duration, but it's not like the babies could tell you anyway. Number 3. Third place is a Gloucester cheese roll. Perhaps one of the oddest traditions on the list, the Gloucester cheese roll is when a wheel of cheese is rolled down a steep hill in the England town of Gloucester, and locals are then given the task of chasing after it. The idea is to catch the cheese, but since the cheese gets 1 second head start on the runners and can reach speeds up to 70 miles per hour, it hasn't yet been caught. The first person to the bottom of the hill wins the cheese, although it's more about the fun than the food. There has not yet been any deaths from this, though there have been plenty of broken bones and even a concussion. Its origins aren't completely known, but one theory is that it originates from a pagan custom of rolling objects down the hill. It's thought that bundles of burning bushwood were rolled down the hill to represent the birth of the new year after winter, but it later transitioned to cheese as it's a lot more fun to catch. Number 2. Just missing out on first place is the Greek firework battle. A small island called Chios in Greece celebrates Easter in a very strange way, and that is by shooting fireworks at churches. This tradition is extremely dangerous, but it's even more dangerous when you find that the event takes place whilst the church is having a service. There's been fires, damaged homes, and even deaths in the past. This celebration takes its origin from 1889, when Ottoman occupiers confiscated the cannons of the islanders. They responded by firing homemade rockets similar to fireworks at the occupiers in order to resist their rule and to try to force them away. Number 1. Now coming in at first place, we have the Zoroastrian funeral. This crazy funeral begins with the corpse of the deceased being cleaned with bull urine by a special trained member of the community. Once clean, the corpse is wrapped in cloth and then visited twice by the Segdid, a dog that casts away evil spirits. After mourners have visited the corpse, they then remove their clothes using special tools, as touching is strictly forbidden, and then destroyed. They then place the body on top of what is called a Tower of Silence and allow them to be eaten by vultures. Its origin dates back as early as the 5th century BC, who observed a tradition from Iranian expatriates, and is done as a matter of cleanliness to ensure that the mourners have as little physical contact with the corpse as possible. Yeah, a very beautiful ceremony. We hope you enjoyed this list. Which one do you think was the craziest? Let us know in the comment section below, and for more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to Crazy Random Cool.